scientists are trying to keep track of how birds use green spaces in like our cities and nature.
You get to help scientists collect data for scientists around the world.
Major funding for SciGirls is provided by the National Science Foundation, supporting education and research across all fields of science and engineering. The National Science Foundation, where discoveries begin. Additional funding is provided by
Infor Software, helping transform business and learning. Northrop Grumman Foundation, supporting innovative STEM education experiences for students and educators. PPG Industries Foundation, committed to bringing positive impact to our communities.
SciGirls! We need SciGirls! Come on! When I need help and I've got a question, there's a place I go for inspiration. Gotta get to the web, check the girls' investigation. What girl? SciGirls! Woo! SciGirls!
I need you!
SciGirls! Come on! You got log on, post, upload, pitch in. Wanna get inside a world that's fascinating? The time is right, 'cause SciGirls are waiting. SciGirls! We need SciGirls!
SciGirls! Okay, what about a panther?
A gazillion other schools have panther mascots. We need something super awesome to replace the Bakersfield Big Mouth Bass. Like the Bakersfield Bozos!
Oh, no clowns ever, remember?
I know, but this is different. A clown is perfect for a mascot. Funny, totally inspiring,
Yeah, if you say so.
and the best part, scary.
Well, it's definitely got that going for it.
This is the first time students get to design our school mascot. Any old thing won't make history.
Yeah, you're right. We've got to think big, but maybe not clown shoes big.
I know. Anything could be a mascot. An asteroid, fairy, a stapler.
Stapler? Okay, we desperately need inspiration. Maybe the SciGirls can help. Mascot. Inspiration. Aha! Maybe this one.
What I like about living in Denver is that there's so many different places that look so different, but it's around the same area and all the mountains. Science is one of my favorite subjects. Like in the morning, science is my first class, so I'll be so happy to get up and be like, yay, science.
Work it fierce!
My interest in science is nature. I love animals, and everything develops from something. So I think that even little small things can change your world. Like, for example, a smile can make your day.
I think Denver is a unique city because it really is natural, and outdoor activities are a part of every person's life. They have a saying in Denver, and it's, if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. I love science because it explains everything, and I think it's a really good way to spend time and to understand your surroundings and understand everything in this world. We're here at the Denver Audubon Center, and we're going to be learning about bird banding, and I'm really excited.
We set nets up close to their bird feeders, so if they're going to go get food, we might be able to catch them in the net and like band them.
We're able to track birds, where they move, where they go, how old they are, but also track changes in their health.
Viviana is an ornithologist, and she studies birds and the different kind of species of birds.
First, approach them really carefully. So the first thing that we free is the feet.
Bird banding, just touching a bird, it was like just amazing.
Touch the claw.
Yeah, sure.
See?
We caught the birds in the net and weighed them, observed their eyes and their tails, their legs, and all that different stuff. And then we banded them so that other scientists who found them later could keep track of them also.
Let go.
Giving him freedom just feels really just wonderful. What else can we do to learn more about birds?
So I was actually really lucky enough to be part of a program that's called Celebrate Urban Birds. We actually find which species are where in the city and how they're using green spaces. And it helps scientists like me learn about what habitat types and what green spaces birds need in cities.
Celebrate Urban Birds is a citizen science project where scientists are trying to keep track of how birds use green spaces in like our cities and nature.
Citizen science is good because you get to help scientists like Viviana collect data for scientists around the world.
Anyone can do this because all we have to do is just go to a green space like this and watch birds.
How do we get started?
So the first thing to get started is we need to learn how to identify birds. So we're gonna watch some birds at the feeder and see what characteristics of each individual species help us identify them.
Cool.
So let's go. So what we're gonna do is try to sketch some of the birds that we're watching, and then we're gonna compare our sketches with the field guide. You can take notes as well about what it was doing.
We looked at their tails and their eyes and beaks, shapes of the bodies. All of those characteristics and features of the bird tell you a lot about their species.
So to identify the birds, we're gonna use some guides and some other tools to help us.
We got each other's sketchbooks and looked through a bird book and seen what bird we thought it was and why we thought it was that bird.
So I thought it was an adult male house finch because it has like a brownish back and it has several like indistinct streaks.
So what species did you find?
I thought it was the red-winged blackbird. It has a streak of red on it, and I could see that the tail was long and outstretched from the body.
And we could look at that detail a lot more clearly with binoculars. So that's what we'll do next. So the first rule with binoculars is never search for something while looking through your binoculars. You will get dizzy, you will fall down. Oh, there's a bird just flew on that tree where the dead branches are. Let's see what that is. Now look at it closely and look at all the characteristics that we have been drawing and talking about. What you'll see is birders go like this and then down, and then up and then down. And so that's how you always keep track of the bird and you will not get dizzy. For Celebrate Urban Birds, we actually only focus on 16 species of birds. Where would you want to go and observe birds within the city?
City Park.
Oh, I love City Park. There's a lot of birds there. And City Park's more of in the city, so we might find some different birds.
So I think we have a plan. We have a time and a place to meet tomorrow. Does that sound great?
Yeah, that's great. Hi, I'm Anaya. This is my cat, Handsome, and he's really fat, but he was my first kitty. This is Gorgeous, and she's 10 years old. I love having rich matte socks, and my favorite socks are my moose socks. Gymnastics is my favorite thing. Woo! I'm a fish, I never get out of the pool.
The first thing that we have to do is to define the area that we're gonna watch birds. So we wanna try to get some birds that are also in the water.
This morning, to start out with, we paced our boundary marks, 20 adult steps by 20 adult steps.
The next thing that we're gonna do is fill out the information about the place that we're in.
And then we answer questions about where we were and environment setting.
How big is the overall place you selected in question 2?
I'd say more than
Like
5
more than
city
5 city
blocks.
blocks.
It's really big.
Yeah.
Great. So what we're gonna do is time 10 minutes, and we're gonna try to identify all the birds that pass within our defined area. And even if they fly over, we can count them. These are all the pictures of the birds that we're interested in. Each look individually and look at the birds all around, and you can look anywhere between our viewing area.
And now.
When we were watching birds, the weather was really cold and kind of misty. It was not great bird watching weather.
Oh, see, there's something flying up there.
It would have been better if it were sunny and nice, but of course, that's always what I want.
2, 1.
And we're done. We can look over some of the birds that we're unsure if we saw or not. And we're gonna try to identify them with the guide in the Merlin app. And we're also gonna write down some of the birds that we saw around here. There are so many that are interesting, but they weren't necessarily within our viewing area. So let's start with one of the birds that we thought we saw.
The barn swallow.
It was really small and it kind of just flew around. It didn't really come down.
It was
towards
really
the ground.
fast.
And we're combining our observations. We can say we definitely saw a barn swallow. So what's another species that we're unsure that we saw?
I think the
rock
pigeon.
Let's try to see if it was a rock pigeon. So let's start our ID. What were the main
Also-
colors? Black and gray? Okay.
Black and gray.
Like maybe this big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what we thought. We
Rock
came up with
pigeon.
it.
And what we're gonna go do next is fill out our data sheet, and then we'll be able to enter the data on the Cubs website. Should we go?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're gonna go and see some dioramas so we can see some birds up close.
The exhibitions here in the museum gives you a clear idea of what we're looking for. You can clearly see every detail.
Remember we saw the black-crowned night heron from far away? What do you guys notice now that you're able to see it from close that you didn't see from far away?
It's way bigger.
Yeah.
So that's why museum collections help us, because we're able to really see specimens up close when we can't do that sometimes in the wild.
After we went to the museum, we went to the office and recorded the data that we got.
So this is kind of the portal for Celebrate Urban Birds. And this is where we can explore the data, where we enter data, and we can look at maps of everybody else's data. So we're gonna add a new bird watching area.
After we got all of our information on the data sheet, we put it into the Cubs website and filled in the questions and all the information that we had.
So now we're gonna start putting our sighting info.
For the American robin, no. And then for the barn swallow, we are positive that we saw it. It was really easy to enter the data into the Cubs website, even easier than just writing it down on the piece of paper.
Perfect, now we submit our data.
What do scientists do with this data?
So I'm glad you asked, because that's one of my favorite parts.
Viviana showed us the program that she had written to analyze all the data in the Cubs website.
So the nice thing about programming is that you're able to do everything you want with your data, from maps to movies, and it's actually pretty exciting. So your data is gonna be all your observations are gonna be part of the analysis.
Viviana is using this data to figure out how big the green space has to be in order for a species of birds to be there.
So should we make a plan to do the same thing tomorrow?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a good practice to do several trials, even with ice cream. Like if you like it, you have to try it and try another one.
Yes, we have a plan, and we'll meet tomorrow at the same spot and the same time.
It feels really good to know that the data that we collected is being used by scientists, because it feels like we're leaving our mark and helping a bigger cause.
What's up? I'm Regina. This is my dog, and his name is Cirillo. Ice cream is my favorite treat. Here, you can have some. I love soccer. I love to dance to my tunes. I speak 3 different languages, which are French, Spanish, and English. I love reading. Freeze! See you all later!
Today we went back to City Park to do some more bird watching.
We did it alone this time, so to start out with, we paced our boundary marks again, and then filled out the second page of our form. We're ready.
All right.
Okay, for 10 minutes, right?
Yeah. All right. There's another one of those black birds.
I think it's a barn swallow.
I think it's too big to be a barn swallow.
Yeah, because barn swallows are really small, kind of like
See, like that's a barn swallow.
Yeah.
It moved really fast and it was kind of small. Oh, look at the gosling. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. All right, guys, time's up.
What did you guys find?
I think we were definitely sure that we saw a barn swallow because it was flying really fast and it was a smaller size. We definitely saw the mallard because it had a brown belly. It had the green head too. Then we shared our thoughts with each other and then we came to a conclusion and all agreed on it.
Should we start filling our data sheet now?
Yeah, sure.
Did we see the house finch?
No.
No.
Mallard? Yes.
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 The black-crowned night heron?
Yes.
Perfect, we're done.
And then we met up with Viviana and talked about it. Hi, Viviana.
Hey girls, how did it go today?
It went really well.
Did you see more birds than you saw yesterday?
Yeah,
we
totally.
So now that you've gotten a chance to watch birds in green spaces, I created a quest for you. So you guys can have a chance to learn even more about green spaces and what kind of things we can find in there that help birds survive, that help them live in cities. Here are the questions that I came up for you guys. And you're also gonna take some pictures, some videos. So once you're done with your quest, you're gonna create a SmartWorks project, which is a way for you to be creative so you can actually communicate what you've learned.
I think a storybook would be really great.
Oh, that sounds like a great idea. So here is your quest. And why don't you guys go and get started?
All right.
Perfect. Go.
A hummingbird, colorful, soars like an alien hovercraft, flies super fast, and even backwards and upside down.
Oh, Jake, remember what we just learned about the first rule of bird watching? Find the bird first, then look through your binoculars.
Whoa. Oh yeah, I totally get the whole you'll get dizzy and fall down thing now.
Let's go watch some real birds, see if any others jump out at us. Jake, what about a peacock? They're colorful, big, one of the biggest birds that can fly, actually. And look, their feathers.
Are like a million hungry eyes.
So that's a no on the Bakersfield peacocks.
Check out this guy, the pink flamingo. Pink, feathery, and just hangs out on one leg. Says here, scientists are still trying to figure out why. Bizarre, unexplained behavior? Huge point for the pink flamingo.
Yeah, and that color definitely stands out.
They love to be social, just like the Jakester.
And the way they stand on one leg, it might not make the competition run away in fear, but it's hilarious. Check, check, and check. Next step, costume.
All right. This is really tall grass. We are in Bear Creek Park for this quest.
Our quest for today says, document the different types of food, water, and shelter available for the local birds.
Looks like it's pretty clean for the birds to maybe bathe in it or swim in it.
Yeah.
And drink from it. And
Yeah.
also the tall grass offers a good buffer. Oh, this is a cool plant. It could maybe provide resources and food for the bird. A few things that we've been able to record here are the different kinds of birds and what the environment is like and how the birds adapt to the space.
Look at this tall grass. It looks like a really good shelter.
For like birds and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, look. Oh! Well, we saw a nest on the ground, and it was in tall grass, so it was using the tall grass as protection. There is a large variety of plants here, everything that could make a bird happy, pretty much. So first, we're gonna start out writing our entry for the backpack, so like what birds we saw.
Black-crowned nightbird and mallard.
So the mallards that we found were swimming in the water.
Yeah.
And then
Shelter.
A nest, maybe?
Yeah.
Nest.
we're done.
and
0
tall.
questions. Yay.
We did it.
Hi, I'm Skylar. I like basketball because it's fun and it's good exercise, but I am still working on some tricks like this one. These are my skis, and I really like to ski. I like board games. And this skirt, I really like to spin and scooter. So this is my scooter. My favorite part about it is like the spark plane. After we collected all our data, we made a SmartWorks project. So let's create a storybook as we decided on earlier.
I think it would be cool if we did a Goldilocks story.
Oh, sweet. We made a storybook about a mallard that's migrating and going to different green spaces.
His quest should be kind of seeing what features a good park should have.
We used pictures that we saw as other characters like red-winged blackbird and then the black-crowned night heron. And it was really fun because it kind of makes nature and like fiction and fun come to light.
So cool, we finished.
Cool. Perfect, guys. Should we go finish it up?
Yeah.
Sure.
Tomorrow, we're gonna share our SmartWorks project with some students from Lowry Elementary.
They have a really good summer program that actually helps out with the garden. I attended Lowry Elementary for 7 years from preschool to 5th grade. And it was really fun gardening because they have a variety of plants.
Maybe we can bring them like a gift that would help both the birds there and the garden.
Here are some plants that the Cubs gave us, like the coneflower, the chokecherry, and the sunflower.
We can decorate the pot and come up with ideas of how to decorate it. So we are decorating the pot with a bunch of nature-related things.
I'm doing the sun, and then here I did a sunflower. We're going to share the book with Viviana, and then we're going to Lowry Elementary School. So what I would like the kids to take away of our research, I want them to know how to love nature by just taking care of it, don't pollute it. I'm really excited about teaching boys and girls about this project.
There are a lot of different things that I like to do for fun. I like to go biking. I really like to go camping and just taking the time to enjoy nature and be outdoors. So this is the Pooterkit River in Fort Collins and is right in the middle of town. There's a robin singing. So my best science or work moment was when I was in graduate school at Cornell University. And I just remember graphing my results at last and then seeing that published work was one of my greatest moments that I said, you know what, it is worth it, and you just have to be more patient until sometimes you see results. I love to watch the sunset. As soon as the sun goes down, I jump so I can see it again.
Today we came to the neighborhood elementary school and we helped in the garden and we actually picked some fruits.
How about we put all of our fruit together so we can all rinse them?
Yeah, perfect.
It was really fun to come back and see the other kids that were here. One, I can see the changes that they've made to the building, but two, I can see how some of my friends that were younger than me have grown up.
You guys pass them back.
After we ate some fruits and we read our book, we've been working with an organization named Cubs, and Cubs stands for Celebrating Urban Birds. And our mentor, Viviana, helped us watch birds and collect data for scientists, and we actually submitted some data online.
After doing our quest, we made our book. It's named Mighty Migrating Mallards. Mike the Mighty Mallard was not happy with his home. His nest was too small, the noise was too loud, and the water was too dirty. So he decided to travel around and see how some friends like their green spaces.
When Mike asks Betty what she loves about the park, she answers, "I love the tall grass and how it provides shelter and protection." Mike then asks, "What don't you love about the park?" She responds, "I don't like how noisy the highway is." Roger says, "I really like how clean the lake is."
Once Mike returns home, he improves his habitat by adding buffers, such as tall grass and rocks, to block pollution and noise. Now Mike the Mallard is so glad that his home is just right. The end. I think that they learned that, one, you can participate in something like Cubs anytime, and two, you can make your green spaces healthier by doing the littlest things.
Today we decided to give you guys this big pot and some plants to go in it because we really wanted to make the birds feel welcome.
And we also have a pledge on it. It means to make our green spaces healthier for birds and appreciate our nature that we have in the world. So, do you guys want to sign our pledge? Yeah! You can have red or green or blue or yellow.
I think they really liked doing the flower pot and the pledge because it was kind of a hands-on activity, and I thought it was cool that they got to sign the pot too. I'll hold these like above the surface kind of, and then you guys could put dirt in it so that we could bury the roots.
All of us together, we plant 3 native types of flowers: the sunflower, the chokecherry, and the coneflower. Good job, guys.
Nice teamwork today.
Yeah, high five.
Cool. Woo! After we did the greening project, we kind of looked at it and was really proud of what we did and the flowers that we planted.
What was the take-home message that you wanted all of us to have?
You can just improve little things to make a big difference.
And so tell me a little more about your pot. This turned out beautifully.
Nourish seeds to make them count. Well, seeds could be anything from ideas or just even people. So you have to put good work and a lot of effort into them to make them do great things.
And green spaces can be anything from one sunflower to this community garden to the parks that we're at. And it's really nice to bring together a community of people and that you guys were able to share that experience and to promote healthy green spaces for both people and birds.
I just want to thank you for helping us.
Yeah, and I really loved holding the birds, so now I feel more secure around them.
Yeah.
Thank you for just teaching us.
I love spending the week with you guys.
The most fun thing that we did in this study was definitely band birds, because we could catch them and feel them breathing. It was really cool to have such a fragile little organism in our hand.
It feels really good to be able to say that my data is on a website that scientists look at all the time.
What's good about citizen science? It's like the best opportunity. Just imagining a 6th grader helping big scientists that were maybe have PhDs. This week was one of the best weeks I ever had in my life.
It's cold in here. There must be birds in the atmosphere. I said, oh, yo, yo. Ice, 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 go birds! Go, go, birds!
Everyone, give it up for Bakersfield Middle School's new mascot, Birdie, the big Bakersfield bird. We're the Bakersfield Birds. That's right. We're pink. We're fighters. Ah! We never blink. We're wild. We're weird. We're on a winning streak. And when we win, you'll hear this from our beak.
I said bird. It's cold in here. There must be birds in the atmosphere.
What's your number?
Oh, yo, yo. Ice, 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 go birds!
Gotta work it fierce.
Love these girls.
Look at the one jump out of the water out there. Yeah.
We deeply care about what's going on in the ocean. We're just really excited to learn more about it and if things are healthy or not.
1, 2, 3.
Let out!
I feel it. Can't you feel him jumping?
We found out that some amphibians were declining.
We decided to compare frogs in the city and frogs in the country.
Not only is it fun, it's important.
Major funding for SciGirls is provided by the National Science Foundation, supporting education and research across all fields of science and engineering. The National Science Foundation, where discoveries begin. Additional funding is provided by
Infor Software, helping transform business and learning. Northrop Grumman Foundation, supporting innovative STEM education experiences for students and educators. PPG Industries Foundation, committed to bringing positive impact to our communities.
Hey there! Hi! The SciGirls website is mobile. You can set up a profile, play games, watch SciGirls videos on your tablet or smartphone, and find a fun citizen science project near you. So come on, be a SciGirl on pbskids.org. See you there! Bye!